Hello there, my Capricorn friends. This is Melissa, Enchanted Emerald, just bringing you another reading, and this one's going to be for August 2021. So before we get started, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button so that you're notified when I create new content for everybody here on YouTube. I used the traditional Rider-Waite deck, so as I tap into your energy, we have the Five of Pentacles, of course, coming up, and I'm feeling as though you're feeling maybe like you're at a disadvantage of some sort, okay? So I'm feeling like you are living a life that you're not necessarily fulfilled with, and you are feeling, wow, I feel really alive after five. So there's a theme here with fives for you, first of all. I have to mention that. And I'll get into that in a little bit, but so you're feeling alive after five. So I feel like after the workday is done, when you get home, that's when you're really feeling like you're living your best life. Like you get to do what you want, and you aren't being told what to do. It just feels a little less chaotic, a little less stressful than what you have in your current work situation. Okay, and so I'm feeling this Five of Pentacles is like somebody's always left out. I'm feeling like maybe you are the person that is always left out. Maybe you're feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you're feeling like you are getting the shaft when it comes to work assignments. Maybe there's something in this with, like understanding that it's like how Spirit presented it to me. It was like a drinking game where like if you've ever done this, everybody drink, and then like you don't drink. So it's like you are like not experiencing what you need to experience, or maybe you're not learning a lesson that you're supposed to be learning, okay? Because like you're always the one that's not taking a drink at the end of the day. And so it's like you're like, I've never done that, I've never done that, nope, didn't do that. And so you're like, what is happening here? Why am I going through all of this? What's the point? Okay, so that's really what I'm feeling here. Now, with the fives, you definitely got at least three. One, two, three. Yeah, you got three fives here. Okay, and so with the fives, with the tarot, really what I'm feeling for you, what this means, because fives can bring up a lot of conflict, and I feel that this conflict is coming through as a means of like expressing who you are and understanding how you fit in this world. Okay, this is really what I'm feeling, because we got five fingers, five toes, five senses, right? Like all of these things. And so this is really what I'm feeling. You're just trying to understand like where is it that you fit in, or maybe this is like where is it that you fit in at work, or where is it that you fit in a relationship dynamic. So however that resonates for you, this is really what I'm feeling with this five, or this conflict, right? Like you're halfway through this lesson, right? So this is where I'm feeling that this is all happening, okay? So this is as we tap into this first energy, of the August, the first week here, the 1st through the 7th, that's what we first get, okay? We get that Five of Pentacles, then we move into the Chariot. So what I'm really feeling with the Chariot here, the word hassle comes through, first of all, with this one. So the Chariot, I'm feeling like, it's like a game, again, a game, Spirit says, where like you're constantly trying to prove your worth to somebody is what I'm feeling, okay? And I'm feeling like it's a need for you to kind of balance out your confidence and determination in order to get like the footing that you need, the solid footing to go forward, okay? Because there's a lot of subconscious stuff that you have to work through when that Chariot comes up. You can see like the black and white with the Sphinx, and that is some of the subconscious stuff that comes up, where you're constantly, maybe you're battling yourself, trying to figure out, is this something that like I am capable of? Is this, maybe you don't believe that you're capable of doing it, and so you have to kind of challenge some of those beliefs as they start to come through, and know that you are fully capable of doing anything that you put your mind to. If you don't believe it though, you can't achieve it, right? And so we move into the energy here now of the Emperor. So this Emperor, he comes in. So with this is somebody who's very domineering, very controlling, right? What I'm feeling in this for you is that maybe you are feeling like you need to control a situation, or you need to keep yourself under control, right? And so you've always taken the safe route through things. And so, this is really like you're feeling my life is so generic, my life is so blasé, it's very cookie cutter. And so you need to really tap into your own inner power, your own inner authority in order to get your feet running now, right? And so, maybe you're feeling like you're running out of time. I'm really drawn to what he's holding in his hand there. That is actually like a golden apple. What I see with that is more like a stopwatch, right? Like you're looking at like the minute hand, and it's no longer in hours. You're looking at minutes. You're like, I feel like my life, I have minutes. I have to make these count, right? And so you're like ready to roll into something really good, right? Because you don't want to waste time. And so you want some really amazing things in your life, and you just don't want to waste any more time doing things that don't make you happy. And so that's really what I feel with this. But it's technically, your choice. Like, it's just a matter of like making the choice to make it happen, right? And so you're the only one that's stopping yourself, you see. So that's really what I feel with that is about, deciding that this is, I am worth it, and I'm going to go for it, right? And that's where I feel like it's taking control of your life and really pushing yourself to your own limit there. And that's really what you have to do. Then we move into the energy here of the Hierophant. Okay, so the Hierophant comes in. This is somebody who's very deeply rooted in tradition and traditional values, things like that. But I noticed that the Two of Pentacles was kind of lingering around this energy as I was shuffling, and then it was on the bottom of the deck as the Hierophant fell out. Okay, so with this, I'm really feeling like you could be balancing or trying to keep things in balance. Like, you got to be a good mom or dad, and you got to like go to work and do all of those things, but then also you're like completely uninterested in some of the things that you're doing maybe at work, or like that's what I'm feeling with this is like you're doing all of the things that you need to do, but then like where is it that you come in, that you are like nourishing and feeding your need for growth in terms of like stimulating your mind and learning new things and that kind of stuff, right? That's really what I'm feeling with that. So, and I feel like, maybe you're not necessarily making a decision, like maybe that's where that, in limbo kind of thing, juggling the Two Pentacles. Maybe you haven't made the decision, maybe you haven't committed fully into doing anything new. Maybe you're procrastinating in terms of making some sort of a decision or actually taking action. Maybe you've started, but then you haven't finished. So those kind of things, like you're feeling maybe intense pressure from other people to do something, okay? But you are just like, I don't know what to do, because maybe these thoughts kind of plague you, and then you get stuck in this procrastination. And so you don't want to make that full commitment, okay? So, but here is this need to kind of question, what is this situation showing you? What is it teaching you? And if you are completely uninterested in that, then where is it that you need to go from here, right? But the point is that if it's not a complete yes and you're super excited like a little kid at Christmas, then it's a no, right? Like, because if it's just a maybe, or if it's a no, then it's a no, right? Like, honor that, okay? So that's really what I'm feeling with that. Then as we move into August 8th through the 14th, we have the Five of Swords here. And then at the bottom of that, this is that internal conflict, right? Somebody walking away, but the swords are our thoughts, our conflicts, our internal conflict, right? And then at the bottom of the deck too, there was the Moon card, secrets, things coming out to light, right? With that little squirt. And then the Star, which is like our hopes and our dreams, right? And so acknowledging some of these fears around that. So what I really feel with this as we move through that energy is, what desire do you have, and like what are you feeling? Because I feel like what you think is that, like, I don't have the aptitude to achieve that, and so you're putting these limitations on yourself, and you're giving up, and you're walking away, and you're staying the same, and so, like, you're not moving from this spot. And so what if the truth was that you were just scared, right? Like, what if you have to just overcome this fear to get past that and then move into new energy, right? So you have to kind of question some of these thoughts and beliefs that you have, and ask, like, is that true? Is it true that I don't have the aptitude to do that? Because I think I am capable. I think I'm just saying that I'm not, because it's easier to stay where I'm comfortable, in this comfort zone, right? Like, and to not have to push myself to learn new things and to go out and do, right? And so getting in this energy, once you understand that you either stay stuck in fear or you move through the fear to something really beautiful on the other side of that, you have to understand that, like, staying stuck in fear feels so much more heavy. It's just really dense energy versus, like, working through that fear and then going to something really beautiful and some new energy and meeting new people or whatever, okay? Whatever opportunity lies within that. And so that's really what I'm feeling that week, coming into that. August 15th through the 21st, we have the Six of Swords. So this could actually be, maybe you're leaving a situation, maybe you're just traveling, okay? This is what the Six of Swords is. But it's either way, there's some rough seas and there's some calm seas. You can see that there. And what I'm feeling with that, because it is accompanied with the Hanged Man as the second card for that week, someone getting a new perspective on things, okay? So maybe you're feeling really compelled to do something. Maybe you have a compelling reason to do so, right? But either way, you're going to get a new idea, new perspective will be ushered in as a result of that. I do feel like there's a lot of doubts that you have surrounding the situation, but listen, this message from Spirit here is very clear that there's no need to jump on the bandwagon. You don't have to do what everybody else does, or, like, think what everybody else thinks even, right? Because I feel like you're going to be shown, without a doubt, with absolute certainty, be shown what to do, okay? Or which way to go even, okay? So just be mindful of that as you move through this week. I think that energy is going to kind of fluctuate up and down for you. You feel really good about it one day and not so great about it the next, that kind of thing. But I think you'll ultimately, if you're listening to your intuition, looking for the signs, you'll be shown, okay? So, and again, it's very clear. Spirit said, all will be revealed in due time, okay? So just know that. I do feel, a need to say here that there is, it's like trolls, right? You think of, like, in the kids thing where, like, the trolls, they come out at the bridge and they scare people. If there's something that is scaring you, understand that this is just an opportunity for us, even if we're frustrated, to go within, to retreat, to go within, to look deeper, to learn to trust ourselves more, that kind of thing, okay? Or to learn more about ourselves. Again, which goes back to the fives. All these fives that are showing up for you, this is the process of you learning more about yourself. This is where you're at. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So when in doubt, sit it out, I'd say, right? Like, when in doubt, sit it out. Sit back, take some deep breaths, get right with your emotions, and understand that maybe you just have to question, okay, what is it that I'm feeling and why am I feeling this way? And understand that, like, you might have a tendency to just go with the notion of, like, oh, do that, but if you're not sitting there and understanding to identify your feelings and why you're feeling that way, then what is that even for, okay? And then we move into August 22nd through the 31st, we get the King of Wands. The word dicey comes through with the King of Wands. I think he's very fiery, but dicey could be like dicey waters I'm feeling with this one. I feel like this King of Wands, he comes in with like grand gestures, and he's, always trying to make things right, and he's got a lot of power behind him. So I feel like with you, maybe toward the end of the month, you'll be getting into a place where you're sitting into your energy just a little bit more, where you're getting into understanding that you do have power and control over your life, which is great. So start making more decisions for yourself, and understand that you have the power to make the changes, the necessary changes that you need to get to your ultimate fulfillment, okay? And again, it ends out with the 9 of Cups, which is, our wishes fulfilled. Like, right? So our spirit here is saying my spirit guides are saying, like, grand design. This is like all about the grand design. Like, everything's going to happen for you in divine timing. So all will work as it should, they say, but you have to let it, okay? So, but there's a need for you to be open. Like, when you look at this card, this guy has his arms crossed, right? And he's guarding his heart, and he's not necessarily being as open as he needs to be or as he should be for, like new opportunities to come in, or to maybe be as open with his emotions as he needs to be for things to work out the way that they should, right? So there's a need for you to be open to things, and open-minded, open-hearted, right? Like all those good things. So there will be barriers for you this month, but you'll overcome them. They'll be easily overcome as long as you're watching for cues from spirit, which is signs from spirit, and you're keeping your emotions in check and your thoughts in check, okay? So self-care, I always do like to check in for self-care and what we need to be working on for self-care. So this month, Cap, you're going to be working on, Capricorn, writing a gratitude list. So I like this one for you. Gratitude, it helps us to keep our thoughts in check, right? So when we find ourselves, our thoughts are running away from us, and we are in this negative mindset, we can check ourselves, and we can say, whoa, okay, what's happening? Why am I feeling fearful or frightened? Or why am I feeling anxious? Stop. And then start focusing on what it is that you want to feel, which is joyful, right? And so you can start saying, okay, what do I have that I'm so grateful for? And start listing those things in your mind. You can write them down. It helps to keep you present and in the moment, okay? And so those are really good things. But then also connecting with your ancestors is going to be really good for you this month, Capricorn. So when we connect with your ancestors, you're going to be looking at different things in your life, people in your life, patterns that have shown up, and, understanding that these things that have happened in the past have kind of helped to determine who you are as well, and it will help you to better understand yourself, which is part of the 5s of the tarot that you're working on this month. So really great message here for you, Capricorn. I do so hope that this resonates for you. Again, not all general readings can resonate for everybody, so take what resonates for you, leave the rest. And if you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can hit me up at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com. You can hit up my Enchanted Emerald Facebook. And as always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.